Welcome to United Minds Collective Podcast. This is United Minds Studio, and this is where our minds are always better together. I'm Pamela Watkins, and here we explore how we grow, thrive, and elevate as individuals and as a community. Let's dive in. This episode is different, not because it's louder, not because it's heavier, but because it's intentional. This is the final episode of season 1. And before we move forward, I want to pause, not to look back with nostalgia, but to integrate. Because growth doesn't happen when we consume nonstop. It happens when we stop and allow things to land. Season 1 wasn't about having it all figured out. It wasn't about perfection, and it definitely wasn't about pretending healing is pretty. Season 1 was about awareness, honesty, self-responsibility, and choosing alignment even when it's uncomfortable. We talked about peace, energy, boundaries, forgiveness, and what it actually looks like to choose yourself in real life, not just in theory. And if episode 7 did anything, I hope it showed you this. Healing isn't about blaming. It's about freeing yourself. Here's where this episode shifts, because insight without action fades. So what I want to ask you is, and I honestly want you to sit with this, what are you doing differently now? Not what you understand, not what you agree with, but what you're actually willing to change. Is it a boundary you've been avoiding? A conversation you keep putting off? A habit that drains you? Or a version of yourself you've outgrown? Awareness opens the door, but action is what walks you through. One of the biggest lessons I've learned, and one I want to leave you with, is this. Healing is not passive. You don't heal by waiting. You heal by choosing. Choosing peace, honesty, choosing rest when your body asks for it, and choosing to stop explaining yourself to people who don't listen. And sometimes the most powerful action isn't about doing more. It's having space to process what's already there. And that brings me to something new I'm offering. Over this season, so many of you reached out asking for deeper conversation, space to process, guidance without judgment, and support that feels human, not clinical. So I want to share this clearly. I am now offering one-on-one voice support sessions. These are intentional, private voice calls. Not therapy, not fixing, but space. Space to talk through what you're carrying, reflect out loud, gain clarity, and realign with yourself. If you've been listening to this podcast and thinking, I wish I could talk this through with someone who gets it, this is for you. It's guidance grounded in lived experience, emotional awareness, and alignment, not labels or diagnosis. All of the details are available through the link in my bio, and I'll continue sharing more about how these sessions work. After this episode, I'm taking a pause from the podcast, not because the work is done, but because becoming requires space. This pause is intentional. It's integration time. It's alignment time. And season 2 isn't about doing more. It's about going deeper. If you remember nothing else from season 1, remember this. You don't need permission to choose yourself. You don't need to wait for clarity to take a step. And you definitely do not need to be healed to be worthy of peace. Growth is happening even when it's quiet. Thank you for walking in this season with me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for doing work even when it's uncomfortable. This isn't the end. It's a becoming. If you're looking for extra support on your journey, be sure to check out my behavior support toolkit and my new one-on-one voice support sessions for deeper, guided conversations. Thank you for tuning in to United Minds Collected podcast. Remember, this is where our minds are always better together. I am Pamela Watkins, and I can't wait to continue growing with you.